Posh them up a bit, a little bit of green onion and a little bit of sesame. There you go, that's our Chinese barbecue chicken wings. Hi everyone, welcome to Backyard Chef. I'm Rick. Today, Chinese barbecue chicken wings. We're going to give it that classic Chinese roast shop flavour. Okay, what I've done, I've got chicken wings here, look. Okay, and I've filled it with some water and I've had a splash of fish sauce. So these have been stood here for about 40 minutes and we're ready to drain this and carry on. Now we're going to drain it, we're going to pat it dry and we're going to stick it in the oven. Okay, oven on today, 200, somewhere around about there. Now this is a classic technique used in Asian cooking. Okay, it doesn't taste of fish, but it actually gives a nice salty umami flavour without adding lots of salt, and obviously with it being in water it's going to keep this moist. The chicken takes on some of this water. Okay, let's crack on. So just give it a patting dry as best you can, because what happens with this, we're going to put it under foil on a tray. Now if you do not pat it dry, it's going to aggressively steam inside. Now we want it to steam a little bit, but we will need the skin to break down. Okay, you would still get succulent chicken, but we're not after that effect. We want succulent chicken and we want the skins to break down, so when we take the cover off it crisps over the chicken and then we glaze up. We're going to give it that real classic Chinese roast shop flavour. So you know, you don't have to pat dry for hours either, you know, just get the most of it off the best you can. Okay, as with all these recipes, this is a nice steady one. Get some foil on a tray. Now these are not being marinated in any way. We don't have to add anything to this because we want that roast chicken and then we want that flavour from the glaze. Now we don't need to salt, but you know, if you're like me, I like a little bit of white pepper. So we're going to a little bit of white, and it's a dusting look. Can you see there's not much going on here? It's just a little bit of white pepper. That gives us that little punch. And we're not turning it over, look. It stays like that. Loose tent. Loose. This has to steam. And the steam has to come out, obviously. So there you go. We stick that in the oven for about 20-25 minutes. Whilst that's cooking away in there, we can make our glaze. So we want a couple of tablespoons, and it's only a couple because there's only a small amount in there, you know. If you had a big amount, you could go a lot more than that. So we want a couple of tablespoons of our Maltose, like that. And we want a couple of tablespoons of hot water. That's going to melt it. We're making a glaze. So we'll bring it in. We've probably got more than a couple of tablespoons of water there, but not to worry. Okay, let's bring that in. Get that off there. Look, you can see how pliable it is. Come on, you've just got to warm it up. Just mash that in there. In there, light soy sauce. A couple of tablespoons. Char, hoisin sauce. Now we don't want much of this, about a tablespoon and a half actually. That'll do. A little bit of rice vinegar. About half a teaspoon of sesame oil, give us that classic Chinese flavour. Want some white pepper. a little bit of garlic powder, and a little bit of 5 spice. Give all that a mix in there, and that is our glaze. Okay, when you've had about 20 minutes in there, out it comes. Now be careful, it's full of steam. There you go, you've got these steamed wings coming on. Now what I'm going to do is lift those, and I'm putting a rack under. We're not bothered about the juice that's come out, but we want to get some heat on these wings. Okay, so out they come. You've already got them starting to stick. Okay, we've got those in there. What I'm going to do is just drain this water from here. Just fold over your foil, get a rack on there. And now we're going to roast these in the oven. We're going to give them a roast for about 15 minutes. And as you can see, these are virtually cooked. Okay, there'll be a little bit more fluid come out of here, I reckon, as the fats cook off the skin. So it's got nice and steady. Just put it back in about 15 minutes, and then we're going to glaze. When you've had about 20 minutes, out they come. Fantastic chicken wings there. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these off here and dunk them in there like that. Okay, this is a quick way because we need to coat this up in this glaze, and there is absolutely 0 point in trying to brush on. You know, if you can dunk in like that, you're going to get it all the way around. Okay, so it's nice and steady, and then we're going to put them back in to start this glaze off on there, and then we're going to do it again. We're going to do this again and put them back in. It just speeds up the process. And you don't worry about your glaze, this chicken is already cooked. So when we do a final brush at the end, just to shine them up a little bit, we don't have to worry about uncooked chicken. Okay. Okay, back in for 3 or 4 minutes. And then we're going to do the same again. In it goes. Okay, same again, nice and quick on this one. In there again. This is building up our glaze. Okay, without brushing. We'll brush in a minute. Okay, back in for about another 3 minutes. Okay, that's enough. Out they come. They smell and look absolutely incredible. Now this is a brush, set and serve. So it's just a quick one of those over there, and then we serve it up. That just gives us that extra boost on there. Come on, serve up your wings on there. I mean, how good do they look? Come on. Fabulous. There we go. Posh them up a bit. A little bit of green onion. And a little bit of sesame. There you go, that's our Chinese barbecue chicken wings. Come on, this is a finger licking job, this one on here. Look at this. Look, you can see beautifully cooked, look. Perfectly cooked chicken. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Wow, this is hot. So good. Absolutely fantastic. Fantastic sticky barbecue wings. Just look at it. Come on, look at the chicken. Look, falls off the bone. That is sensational. Oh, they got that lovely glaze. Chicken is so moist, really moist. That's because we marinated it with that fish sauce and water, and we steamed before roasting. It's got a roast flavour on that skin. It's not hard. Perfect sticky barbecue wings. There you go. Now, can you resist not keep going back to that plate? I'm not sure. There you go. If you like what we're doing, share with your friends. Tell them how easy it is to make barbecued sticky chicken wings. If you do like what we're doing, big thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell. Come on. Catch you in the next video.